Next question.
All the way in the back with the red shirt on. You, yes. Will there be an actual steam-powered giraffe featured in live performances?
We've been talking about giving Gigi a physical presence, not just a video recording. It's possible. As far as a giant steam-powered giraffe, we'd need a bigger budget.
Once we get that Vegas show.
Yeah.
Gigi, for those of you who don't know, is a puppet giraffe that we have. You can see it in our Diamonds video on YouTube, and I believe for and some of the other YouTube videos as well.
Yeah, we're kind of testing her out. We kind of like that she can exist in different forms of media, but also she doesn't ever have to be on stage to be a part of it. You can enjoy some of the things she's in without going to a show. So we're thinking about doing a video series where she has her own podcast or something. And so, yeah, so we're not just limited to the stage. Like she has her foot in something. It would be great to bring her on stage, but we're in our infancy with working with projections, and maybe a few months or so we'll work something out. I don't know.
Oh, she's been to like signings and stuff. Like Bunny's held Gigi and stuff for photo ops and whatnot.
I remember you guys had before I was even in a band. I remember you guys had a giant metal giraffe on stage at one point, but it fell apart or something on the way home.
That was a long time ago, before we had any fans.
Yeah, it was made out of actually PVC pipe and gator board. The Spragues made it. It was really cool. It smoked, and it was pretty big, but
yeah, it didn't last more than
didn't last
one show.
long.
More ambitious back then with cardboard.
You right here. Oh, I didn't know we had
What? It's like Comic-Con.
Does it work?
Testing?
It does work.
Yes.
Hey, let's do that.
It's like a real
Let's do
panel.
that. I like that.
Does that mean everyone's gonna rush to form a line, or?
No. Okay. Oh no,
No, we're gonna raise hands first.
Okay, we'll raise
We'll call
hands.
you.
We'll raise hands. We'll do hands.
We'll call you. Okay.
I'm sorry for the chaos. So, two-part question. What's your favorite song that has come out of the band, and what are your musical influences?
What was the second part?
Your personal musical influences.
Okay, my favorite song so far for Steam Powered Giraffe is Still Honeybee. I think it's a really amazing song. Honestly, it's really excellent. I mean, that's like, that can go all the way in my opinion. So, and for me, influences, just usually for me, just older music, 70s and before, and that's, I mean way before, like rocks hitting other rocks. See what I mean?
Okay, I'm not that old.
Wait, it was like what our favorite?
What's your favorite song?
I always say it's you always love your newest children more, right? I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Is that true, parents?
I like all of our stuff, but I have a fondness for an unreleased song, and I don't know how long it's been. Like it's one of our older ones, but no one's ever heard of it. It's called Mecto Amor. It's on the new CD, and I like that one a lot. Oh, I don't know, everything.
Oh boy. For some reason, I haven't had the pleasure of playing it yet, but I'd really like to try One Way Ticket. It's something I'm really looking forward to playing live. I always enjoyed playing drums for it, and I would just love to, I don't know, I just really like that song. I mean, because, they're all really, they all have their charm in some way or another, but I guess that would, changing the question, that was the one I'm looking forward to playing amongst all the other new stuff. Influences, kind of, maybe for Steam Powered Giraffe, I'm thinking maybe I'm drawing a little bit from, I want to say Pixies, and maybe some early Weezer. That's just for me personally. I mean, it's from my own brain, so maybe a little Rammstein too. I don't know. Just theatrical kind of fun stuff. So.
I like the new ones, but since we're not playing them yet, I'm gonna say Rex Marxley has always been one of my favorites to perform. But then influences is gonna be the same with like Bunny and Mike, probably Matt too. Yeah, rock. Yeah, the Beatles, ELO, you know, the Bee Gees, anything from the past that you know has basically influenced all current music now. So, you know, and especially harmony stuff. So I have a pretty eclectic taste of music. That's a word. It's a big one.
I'm gonna go with Bunny and say that one of my favorites is one of the newer ones called Ghost Grinder. It's a very fun one for me to play on the drums because it's so new, and so I finally got to kind of add what I wanted to do rather than kind of go off what one of the older recordings were, you know. And in terms of musical influences, I went to college for music, so it's everything, you know, everything from Baroque classical to avant-garde, everything. It's all music to me, and so if it's good or it's bad, I like good music.
Forever and a day ago, I always used to say that either Rex Marxley or Suspender Man was my favorite song to mix for the band, but now Sam has definitely earned his place because I gotta say that Fancy Shoes was really, really fun to mix last night. So kudos, Sam, you got the spot there now. I really like the dynamics of that one. Rex Marxley! I like the blend and the dynamics and the pacing and the tempo of that one. It's just really fun. Musical influences for me, I guess, in relating to Steam Powered Giraffe, it's a little different for me because I don't write the songs, I mix them. So I take my musical inspiration from actual musicals. And I work at the La Jolla Playhouse in San Diego, which is the big regional theater down there. So I see a lot of musicals, and so I try and take mixing techniques from the soundboard operators from those shows and incorporate it in Steam Powered Giraffe. So that's where my musical influence comes from, actual musicals.